Welcome to the deep dive. You sent us a stack of sources on artificial intelligence, a field that feels like it reinvents itself almost every week. Today, we're diving deep into your material to pull out the most vital breakthroughs, those surprising shifts, and, well, the real-world implications that directly impact you. We've got a fascinating mix here. Recent news, updates on really cutting-edge tools, new research, insightful discussions. It's all in this stack. Our mission really is to help you cut through all that noise, connect the dots, and just grasp the so what of what's happening in AI right now.
Exactly. We're here to help you identify not just the big advancements, but also maybe some emerging opportunities and, importantly, the critical considerations we all need to be thinking about. So yeah, let's get right into it.
Okay, let's unpack this first big one. The biggest headline, undoubtedly, seems to be OpenAI's global debut of GPT-5. They're touting it as their safest and most advanced model yet, but, advanced in what sense? Beyond the usual marketing stuff, what's actually different for users day to day?
That is the key question, isn't it? So on paper, it promises enhanced reasoning, these new verbosity controls, vastly reduced hallucinations, and those new features people are talking about, like multimodal functions, agentic automation, customizable personalities. It's all there. And the technical side is, well, pretty undeniable, processing over 2 billion tasks per minute, setting new accuracy records. That's impressive. But, and this is where it gets interesting, early user feedback is actually quite mixed, surprisingly so.
Mixed feedback. That's interesting given all the hype. What are the specific concerns? What are people actually saying?
Well, developers, they definitely praise its utility. Coding, planning, real-world deployment stuff, absolutely. But some are questioning if the real-world gains are truly that substantial over the older versions, or if maybe there are unexpected changes to how it behaves, the outputs, making it sort of less predictable. So it's not quite a unanimous leap forward for everybody using it.
Okay. And while GPT-5 is making its splash, the competition isn't standing still. Not at all. Just as it arrived, Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.1 actually outperformed GPT-5 on certain software engineering benchmarks. That signals some pretty intense rivalry.
That's a really critical detail. It highlights that this isn't some winner-take-all race, right? Different models are specializing, they're excelling in different areas, and they're pushing each other forward. And it also shows Google DeepMind isn't resting either. They're actively recruiting for generative 3D and video research talent, which suggests the next frontier isn't just text, but maybe more immersive media.
Right. Now, this next development is certainly attention-grabbing, maybe a bit complicated too. In a surprise move, OpenAI has released open-weight GPT-OSS models, things like GPT-OSS 20B and 120B. They're up on Hugging Face now. For those less familiar, what does open-weight really mean for the broader AI community?
Oh, it's a huge shift, a really big deal. Open weight essentially means the underlying depth of the model. The parameters, the architecture, are now accessible to anyone. You can download them, look inside, fine-tune them for your own needs. This signals a potential, paradigm shift in the open source AI world. It promises more openness and, crucially, more experimentation, more customization. The deeper implication here is really about democratizing access, making powerful AI less dependent on just a handful of big tech giants.
That sounds incredibly exciting. You mentioned OpenAI's low-cost models potentially transforming India's digital economy, that kind of potential. But this openness has its immediate challenges, doesn't it?
Absolutely. The second you open up these powerful models, you also open them to scrutiny and, unfortunately, exploitation. Just hours after launch, literally hours, OpenAI's new open-weight models were exploited by a known jailbreaker, which exposed safety concerns right away and prompted OpenAI to launch that $500,000 bounty for finding more vulnerabilities. This quick exploitation really underscores a critical truth. Rapid democratization of powerful AI, while exciting, often outpaces our ability to
Develop robust security for it. It's that classic innovator's dilemma playing out right now.
And we're also seeing accuracy concerns with this open source push too. The GPT-OSS 20B model.
It's a critical point. Anyone looking to actually use these models needs to consider that. The accessibility is there, sure, but the data integrity, how recent the data is, those are still major hurdles. But on a more positive note for local accessibility, AMD's new Ryzen AI Max plus 395 chip is the first consumer processor capable of running a powerful GPT-OSS 120B model locally on your own machine.
That is significant. It means you could have advanced AI capabilities right on your personal device.
No no need for constant cloud connection, no internet needed sometimes. That further democratizes the tech, truly. Okay, moving beyond these huge foundational models.
Gemini's Pro plan and these guided learning features. Yeah, and backed by $1 billion investment to upskill the next generation. That's a serious commitment. And that push for accessibility goes deep into the developer community, too. We're seeing tools like Cursor, which lets you access over 600 AI models right from the command line. It shows how AI is becoming this, indispensable co-pilot for coders.
And Codegen is getting praise for being super fast AI-assisted coding. But it's not just for the pros, right? Google's Jules AI coding assistant even lets anyone, like beginners or experienced devs,
Write and test code without needing prior experience. Think about that for a second. It's dramatically lowering the barrier to entry for coding. Even Meta is allowing AI assistants in coding interviews now.
Wow. And the creative applications are really flourishing too. NotebookLLM can automatically turn your research notes into engaging explainer videos. You don't need complex video editing skills anymore. And for audio, 11 Music generates studio quality royalty-free soundtracks in seconds. That's huge for creators. For visual stuff, Google's upcoming Pixel 10 will supposedly feature conversational AI photo editing using natural language commands. You can literally talk to your photos to edit them.
Wild. And AI is definitely not sitting out the business world either. eToro is launching AI-powered trading tools, real-time market analysis, predictive insights. McKinsey & Company unveiled a generative AI tool to streamline data analysis, transform client consulting,
Correct.
basically giving their consultants a kind of superhuman assistant.
And it's hitting the bottom line directly.
Yeah.
Pinterest saw its revenue soar, driven specifically by AI-enhanced advertising. That's not just a win for Pinterest. It signals how seamlessly AI can now integrate into core business functions to actually drive profit, moving beyond just, making things more efficient.
definitely. And in really critical sectors like healthcare, the impact is profound. Sanome's Memory AI tool can predict hospital-acquired infections up to 72 hours in advance. I mean, that's not just an improvement, that's a potential game changer for patient safety, for hospital resources. And Google AI's Deep Polisher dramatically improves genome sequencing accuracy. That speeds up critical research, diagnostics, huge implications.
So, okay, with this incredibly rapid deployment across so many sectors, we absolutely have to grapple
With the persistent security issues, the ethical challenges, what are we seeing on that front?
Well, we've seen some significant vulnerabilities pop up. There was that ChatGPT exploit that could leak Google Drive.
But it's not just about, malicious actors trying to break things. Google's Gemini AI was apparently exploitable through Google Calendar invites, potentially allowing remote control of smart home devices. That feels like a vulnerability just lurking in plain sight.
Exactly. And the hallucination risks. Even though GPT-5 boasts fewer factual errors, there's still a concern. The sources suggest about 1 in 10 answers might still be inaccurate. Imagine that. 1 in 10 still potentially wrong.
Now, that might be fine if you're asking for, a recipe suggestion. But in clinical healthcare, where Sanome's Memory AI is predicting infections, the stakes are astronomically. It really is. It reflects a growing caution, I think, about where and how quickly we integrate AI into these really sensitive areas of human well-being. The legal landscape is also evolving incredibly fast. Midjourney is challenging Disney in this landmark AI copyright lawsuit. They're arguing that training AI on copyrighted materials constitutes fair use. This case, well, it's going to set a crucial precedent for how creative works are protected and used in this age of generative AI. Big implications there.
And looking at the broader picture, AI is undeniably transforming our economy, global relations, everything, really. Duolingo's stocks surged 30% after they pivoted to an AI-first strategy. That enabled 148 new language courses. That's a direct, measurable economic impact.
Yeah, it shows how quickly established companies can pivot and leverage AI for massive growth. But there's a flip side. Microsoft research indicates digital roles, like interpreters, customer service reps. They're at higher risk of AI disruption. So that raises critical questions about workforce adaptation, retraining, what happens next. Now, on the geopolitical stage, Ukraine plans to launch its own national AI model. Meanwhile, China's Galaxy AI is reportedly tailoring and spreading government narratives globally. This isn't just about economics anymore. It's about national strategy, influence, information control.
So as we look ahead, there are these interesting debates continuing around language model progress, safety, usability. While GPT-5 is powerful, some of those earlier views we mentioned genuinely question if the leap over previous models is truly substantial enough, especially given the immense resources poured into creating it.
Right. And what's really coming into focus now is this idea that maybe just scaling up the size of existing models. Maybe that's hitting a point of diminishing returns, plateauing in terms of truly revolutionary gains. There's a growing discussion, you hear it more and more, that the next leaps won't come from just bigger models, but from more intelligent agent scaffolding and specialized model ecosystems, not relying on single universal solutions.
That's a really fascinating insight. It suggests a future not with one AI to rule them all, but
Maybe a proliferation of finely tuned, domain-specific models, maybe smaller, maybe specialized, supported by a broader community of AI researchers.
Precisely.
That seems to be a key direction.
Wow, what an incredibly rapid and transformative period for AI we've just covered. We've seen massive model breakthroughs, surprising shifts towards open source, that explosion of hyper-specific tools, and these really vital debates around safety and societal impact. It's a lot.
It really is. So this raises an important question for you, the listener. As AI continues to evolve beyond these singular universal models towards more specialized intelligent agents, how will you identify and leverage the specific AI tools that can truly address your unique challenges and needs, whether that's in your professional life, maybe your learning journey, or simply in your day-to-day activities?
Keep those questions coming and keep exploring.